Here we go. Hey, my name's Colin, and I'm here to demystify the film production process and make it simple for you. While the video production process may vary just due to the size of the video that you're trying to make and the content you're trying to produce, at the basic level, they've all got these construction blocks that we all build upon. And those are the things that you've probably heard of before. Like the first step is pre-production. This is where all the planning and coordination happens. Here you discuss things like the goals, the strategy, the purpose, and how the video will be used when it's finalized. This is a great time to communicate all those things like target audience, branding, and the tone and feel of the piece. After that, you'll probably have a pre-production meeting. That's something where you go over the timelines, central characters, any of the locations, and this can be face-to-face or done on the phone. Now the next part's often optional, but highly recommended, and that's getting a little site visit in. It's especially useful if yourself, the client, or myself have never been to the site before. As I said, it is optional, but this kind of stuff is really helpful ironing out any kinks in terms of geography, accessibility, and whether you've got any utilities like water or electricity on site. The final part of pre-production is normally the shoot preparation, and this sort of stuff is where the client and myself get together. We go over things like the script, any final interview questions. We lock off any of the characters that are going to be in it and confirm all the locations. All these details come together to make sure that shooting goes as smoothly as possible. Now, phase 2 is production. This is where we capture all of the elements that will go into the final video. And this is kind of the part where the story really comes to life. The production phase is where we capture all the raw material for the video. If you have any specific visions or ideas, this is the sort of stuff that you really want to have communicated by the end of production. Production phase is simple and almost repetitive, but that's just the way that we make things. We like a structure and we like to go through things methodically. That makes sure that everything is ticked off and nothing is missed. And that often just works by following a script and a schedule. We then go through scene to scene, capturing all the different takes that the director or the client needs. Now, once you got all your raw materials, that's when you head into post-production. This is where all the elements of the video come together, and then you really get to see it start to take shape. If you're working with me as the post-production supervisor, I'll often be doing the editing, the color grade, the sound, and all the bits that go along with the assembly of the video. After that, we normally have like the music selection and the sound mix coming together. But on small budget sort of things, I normally do that as we go. When the editor's got a pretty much finished product, then we send it off to the client for a review. The clients will review, come back with any feedback, and we go through a few rounds of changes that have been agreed upon at the start of production. Once we've got the final piece, then we're looking at the final deliverables. This is something that you probably discuss in pre-production as well, but that involves a final piece and all the different formats that you needed. So maybe something for your socials, which suit a different aspect ratio, like your Instagrams, your Facebooks, they all use different aspect ratios. And then you've got YouTube or Vimeo or even production and broadcast. So that sort of stuff needs to be sort of put forward into what you need. And that way we can quickly output everything to your liking. Someone who's been in the industry long enough, I understand that this is almost always going to be forgotten about. So I automatically build in a little bit of time at the end so that we can make sure that nobody goes over the budget and everybody's timeline is in order. One final little thing is normally these things we do call social cut downs. That's like taking a 15-second clip out of the larger piece. This is really helpful to get pushed through all these different marketplaces where you're needing a little bit of a reminder, where you're not just putting all your eggs in one basket and you're igniting people's attention to it time and time again. Again, something that we recommend that you discuss at the start, and as we go through the production process, you're able to highlight moments that you think will be really good and iconic to grab your target audience's attention. Every production company has a different idea of how long these timelines work in the post-production phase, but you can plan for it. If everyone is on the same page and understanding on how the post-production and the production sort of operate, then there can be realistic expectations all around on how long things actually will take. This ensures that we all end up at the end of the day with the best, highest quality product on budget, on time, and hitting the biggest target audience. And that is what we call a successful video production process. I hope that's demystified what actually is involved in the process. And when you need to go approach a production company, you have an idea of what sort of things will transpire from the idea to the delivery. And this is really helpful for everyone working together, because in filmmaking, collaboration is everything. The actual process itself can be very draining, taxing, but it can also be really fun. And this little bit of preparation can really turn nightmare of a project into something that everyone cherishes as a project for the rest of their life. My name's Cohen. Thank you for listening to The Rambling. And if you have any further questions, don't feel afraid to send me a message or leave a comment below. See you guys.